Okay, Eric, how you doing? How is your evening coming along? Okay, let's get this on the go. Very good, very good. So I'm going to do something I do not do very often at all, and I find it a little bit painful, in a sense, to do it. I'm going to do some arena without suicides. Oh, man. James, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Okay, let's get out of there. I'm pretty much done. I just want to put up a little bit more in the featured arena and the basic. So for the featured, I was aiming for 55 million for 5-star Penny. I think I'm good where I am. And then for the basic, I want to be at about 7.5 to 8 million for the top 10%. So, and then once we get those two things done, then we'll muddle our way through some of the 6-star torture. Yeah, let's get to it. Seeing that I pulled 6-star red mags the other day, I ripped through 7-1. So easy, literally, it was nice. Very good, very good. Yeah, he was quite useful for a fair bit of that. When I was doing 7-1, I saw a lot of people using Archangel for the Weapon X boss, and I had both mags and Archangel were R3. So initially I was thinking I would take up Archangel to R5 and use it for it, and then I saw someone using mags for a couple other fights and for I think it was the Gwenpool boss and the Punisher. And so I was like, I wonder. And then I figured, well, Weapon X is metal, so should work for that. So yeah, I ended up taking 5-star mags to R5 because of 7-1. And yeah, he did so well. I don't really know what I would do if I got him as a 6-star. I'd like to take him up, but because of having the 5-star max, I really try not to. I really try not to take 6 stars to R3 if I have the max as a 5-star. There's absolutely a few exceptions for sure. Well, most of my R3s are maxed 5 stars. There's a few, like Sung Shi, Apocalypse, Warlock, who I don't have.
Ladies and gentlemen,
5 stars.
we got him.
Joy, thank you for the follow. Thank you very much. You must like my story about red mags. So I'm going to leave suicides off until tomorrow afternoon. Because I'm going to do the crystal openings for gold. And I'm going to put some points into the... I guess I can do that right now, actually. Into the gold masteries. And then once the gold stuff is open, I'll reset the proficiencies. And then put the 7 points back into suicides. From the rewards, I pulled 6-star Sunspot and 25% Tech T5CC. Rolled over Science, and I was so bad. Well, Tech isn't bad though. There's some good options for Tech for sure. Unless, of course, you were like really close for Science. Sungshi or Hitmonkey. Both really good. And both good with suicides if you run suicides. I would say it really comes. It depends what you need. If you need a bleeder, then Hitmonkey. If you just want a damage dealer with a fair bit of utility, then Sungshi. I have Sungshi at rank 3. I use him. I haven't really used him in any act content. Well, I use him in AQ. I use him for farming. And Hitmonkey, I have it rank 2. I like him. I need to play him more though. I found him really useful for the week 10 Emma fight. Ooh, and it'd also be good if I did get hit in the face. But yeah, if you're looking for a bleeder, then Hitmonkey would be good. Really good damage too. But since she's really good damage and a lot of utility. Oh, playing Corvus without suicides, my lord. What is this craziness? What is this? So what are you guys up to? What are you doing up so late? Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay. Which science should I rank up? My 4-star Cap IW or my 4-star thing? Probably Cap IW. And as a 4-star, it's going to be pretty easy to get Awakened in High Sig. So, yeah, I would probably go Cap IW. He's going to have pretty decent damage. He's going to benefit the rest of your team. Thing is going to have great survivability. But to get his damage going, it's going to take a bit of time. What? Really? Alright, well. So be it. So be it. Either of those will do good work for you, yeah. Act 4 is so hard. Yeah, pretty much anything in the game would be difficult depending on who you've got to use for it, right? 30% away from a science, trying to take my torch to R3. Okay. Joy, you love Corvus. It's afternoon. Where are you? So you'd be further east than the UK or Western Europe. I'm always up this late. Why are you up? I am up because I needed to get these arenas done, and and it's going to take time because without suicides, and it's going to be annoying. I just got week 10 done. So week 10 is explored and all objectives done. Man, I gotta say, it felt so wrong taking suicides off just for 3 fights, but there's no way. Like, it would have cost a ton if I had had them on. And it's funny, I was saying the Domino and Mysterio paths were the ones I was most worried about overall, and they ended up being the 2 cheapest. That is why I was mad that it rolled over science onto tech. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. So close yet so far. It really annoys me. It hasn't happened for a while, but it used to happen like all the time, where I'd be trying to get T4CC of a specific class, and I would get any class except what I was looking for. The other day I was trying to get Mutant and Science, and I was trying to avoid Tech, and it worked out. I got the Mutant and Science, and I didn't get any Tech. So that was one of the first times where that worked out. How you doing? Long time for mastery presets? Dude, I don't want mastery presets, man. Domino Path? You mean, yeah. One annoying mutant. But yeah, I thought Emma and Mysterio were gonna be like the worst. They were still annoying. But I thought they were gonna be the most costly, I suppose. More so, like I think at the end of the day, pretty much all of them. What do I want to do here? The Grand Master fight, I think, was pretty much the same for all of them except the first time. And it was just the path, really, that was any different. Other than the node left up for the Grandmaster. That did change things up a bit. Rar, how you doing? How you doing? I am just here trying to finish off some points for the featured and basic. More so the featured. I think I'm okay where I am now, but the main goal was to get to 55 million, so we're off by a little less than 2. And then we'll try to get up another 2 million in the basic. You did 1.5 to 2 million to end up at about 8 million there, and that should be good for the 10%. And then from there, we'll be working on the 6-star celebration. And tomorrow early afternoon, we're gonna do the opening all the gold crystals and see if we can get to just over 200 million. Doing good. Finally got a good 5-star. Nice. Who was the 5-star? Come on, bro. Work with me here. No, not like that. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I've noticed you rarely throw specials in arena. Any reason? I would assume it's faster. Normally I'm using suicides, and so I'm just out of habit. So with suicides, you're not gonna throw specials as often. And also in arena with suicides, you don't really need to. You can pretty much end the fight before, maybe not before an L1, but probably before an L2. So that's the reason. Although I don't have suicides currently, so I could be throwing them more freely right now, but still, yeah, I'm just conditioned to not this one. There's 2 champions though that if you are running suicides, you can get away with using specials, and it's not really going to cost you too much. One is Ghost with the Hood synergy, although that's not working properly currently, but you can phase out of the recoil so you don't take that 5% damage. And the other is Magic. So with Magic, when you throw your special, she's going to activate Limbo for the duration of the special, and it ends just after the animation of the special. So you'll heal up whatever damage you took from Limbo. Although with the poison on you, which reduces your healing overall, you don't get the entire 5% back, but you do get some health back. And those are pretty much the only 2 champions that can get around full damage from recoil. So with those 2, you could relatively freely use your specials. With Ghost though, it's really only her L2. Her L1, you can't do anything about it. You're going to eat the recoil on that. Although currently, both L1 and L2 on Ghost, you are taking that recoil. Isn't there a bug, silent nerf, where Ghost can't fit? Yes, correct. So right now, that doesn't apply to Ghost. And as far as I know, I haven't really looked much. Now, I know there was a couple posts on the forums about it, but as far as I know, there was no response from Kabam, like to say that it was a bug or anything like that. There was just absolutely no response. So we're assuming that it's a bug because it has to do with her recovery time from her L2. So because of all the control issues and so on and so forth, we just figure that's where the problems come from. But there's no, like, it absolutely could be that they changed the timing on her L2 recovery. So yeah, so we really don't know if it's a bug or a change. I got MCOC and I'm pretty happy because I had him as a 5-star on my other account too, so I know how to use him. Nice. Good. Dang, that is game changing, to be honest. She will still be an absolute beast, but if it's not a bug, that is game changing. Yeah, well, yeah, and I think the thing is for her too, like most people that are going to utilize Ghost hardcore, you're going to run suicides. You could get through a path using her with suicides and not even have Hood. So it's not a necessity, but it definitely makes things better for her. And having that removed, well, 2 things. One, having it removed is kind of shitty, and then no notice about it is even worse. Wish I had units to buy the crystal with Peni Parker and Spider-Man 2099 is featured. Yeah, that's not the best way to use units. I mean, it could be one of the most fun ways, especially if you get lucky. But no, it's not a good way to use units. I've definitely done it. Not for this current one, but I've definitely used units to buy calves. See, now if I had suicides on that L2, the fight would have been over. I wish I had units to... Oh, I think it's worth to start saving units for Cyber Weekend now, or too... Nope, it's never too early. You need... If you wanted to take advantage of all of the unit offers, you want at least 18,000 units. I think we've seen a couple times where all of the unit offers end up coming up to 21,000, but usually it's 18. You get the first one, which is 1,000, second one, 4,000, for 5,000 in total, and then the big one is the 10,000 one. That gets you to the 15,000, and then usually they have something a little extra after the 10,000 for 3,000. So yeah, if you wanted to get them all, 18,000 should be a pretty safe number to save to. Should I wait for Peni Parker to be in all the crystals? No, if you wanted to open crystals for her, now would be the time, because you have a greater chance of pulling her. I mean, it's a pretty small chance to begin with, but it is a better chance than when she would be in the basic. Because when she's in the basic crystal, it's just going to be one out of whatever the pool is, 205 or whatever it is. Whereas currently there is an elevated... Well, at least that's what they say. I don't really believe that necessarily. But there is currently an elevated chance to pick her up. The other option would be if you saved your shards, your 6-star or 5-star shards, so that when she's in the featured 5-star or 6-star crystal, you could open those, and you'd have a better chance. Because I think it's 24 champions in the featured crystals. So then it would be 1 out of 24 rather than 1 out of a couple hundred. But here's the thing, though, too. If you don't have a very large roster, if you don't have a big selection of champions, opening featured crystals is not a good idea, because you're spending extra shards for a chance to get somebody you want. But by spending those extra shards, overall, you're going to get less champions. Don't wish a calf addiction upon yourself? Yeah, dude. How long would that take to get 18,000 units? I'm only at 1,200. Well, it depends. So the best way to do it is to be running arena. And the majority of the units from arena is in the summoner trials, which anybody can access. The only thing is, if you don't have a ton of champions, it's going to take longer to get through it. But if you were to run the 3 arenas, so I do summoner trials to the max milestones, and that's as far as I go. I do the featured arena to about 28.5 million, and I do the basic arena to about 8 million. So for the featured and the basic, I go beyond the milestones. But by doing that, I end up at between 1,200 and 1,600 units per week. So that's from the arena, and then whatever units you'd get from solo objectives or event quest stuff. But again, that's like doing a ton of arena. Oh, damn. I'm gonna lose this one, aren't I? Oh, maybe not. Oh, that got close. Let's be honest, all Nexus crystals are fun to open. They are, but it's not fun to spend the units on them, then you get nothing you want. So, Eric, to figure out how long it would take you, your best bet is just to play the game how you normally do, whatever it is, whether it be a ton of arena or no arena or whatever, but do that for a week and figure out how many units you've gone up in a week, and then that's probably on average what you'd be getting. And then just figure out from now to the end of November how many weeks you got, and there you go. Ooh, and I'm gonna put some points into the gold masteries for tomorrow, because otherwise what's going to happen is I'll go and open all the crystals and I'll forget to have done this. So I'll do it now. I'm not sure. I don't think I have all 3 unlocked here. Oh, maybe I do. Maybe. Oh, okay. Cool. So that's an extra 2%. And I'm not going to unlock. Wait, do I have any of those? No. You can buy Nexus with units. Sometimes they have offers, but like on a regular basis, no. I'm gonna save till at least 10,000 units. Okay. So I mean, if you could earn at least 1,000 units a week, and you're at 12, so you're looking at 9 weeks. That's not too bad. My goal is 12,000 units because I may buy some cash offers. Okay. Okay, so we'll probably just need one more match here to get to the 25. Or why do we keep saying 25? The 55 million. Oh. Okay, let me get out of here. Oh, wait, hang on. Okay. Cool. Yeah, Nexus crystals are kind of fun. If ever I make it to 500 subscribers, I'm going to open 10 5-star Nexus crystals, and I'm going to leave it up to chat for who I pick. And I'll list what champ. Well, basically, I'd be looking for any new 5 stars, or if I'm looking for a specific ISO class. And then outside of that, well, I mean, chat control me, I suppose, and have me pick something that doesn't to be any good, but yeah. Sunspotter's Colossus? Were you the one playing that game the other day? Well, I'm not going to do that. Because every champion, depending on what you need at the time, will have its value. So you can't necessarily say, like, this one champion is better than the other. Because depending on the circumstance, it would change things. But yeah, if you want to figure, if you want to do those kind of comparisons, you could look at like Seaton's tier list or something, and then just go, like the top tier would be your best champions, and as you work your way down, not so good. But again, it changes depending on what you need at the time. Mr. Showers, what are you up to? I think I'm going to save units now. Looking to get some real good account progression when Cyber Weekend comes around. Okay. So as far as saving units, I would suggest like just not buying crystals. But if you're trying to get content done and you need to buy, a revive or a health pot here and there, then yeah, use units for that. But just don't use them for crystals. Why does Apocalypse help so many mutants? Because he can turn any mutant can be turned into a horseman, and when they're turned into a horseman, they get some. I think it's 4 benefits. And then he's also got specific synergies with a few mutants, and most of those synergies are pretty beneficial. Definitely done with calves. Okay. But yeah, even if you're saving units, like I don't think we're going to see another offer on cores. But if you see something like that, that's like a really good offer and it's beneficial, you should take advantage of it if you've got the units to spare. But yeah, just not wasting units on calves Well, I mean, in general, that's always a good idea. But also, if you're trying to reach a unit goal, what you could do too is just start trying to hit the arenas, because that's the best way to accumulate units. It's the best and most consistent way. Okay. Okay, so we're going to do one more match here, and then we'll go back over to the basic arena. I'm in arena as we speak. Well, there you go. There you go. Yeah, you can also get units from the lower levels of EQ when you. It's the 4th milestone for any of the solo event objectives, like arena wins, level up, event quest completion, and hero use. The 4th objective or milestone will give you units. So trying to make sure that you always get at least to the 4th milestone. And then normal and heroic difficulty, I think, for EQ, you get some units. The classic difficulty for variants, you'll get some units. But yeah, the most consistent and reliable place is arena. I wonder how long my free-to-play account is going to be free to play. Well, until you start spending money. Now, spending money is definitely going to allow you to move your account along quicker, for sure. Like especially when for July 4th, Cyber Weekend, stuff like that. Okay, good. So we are done with the feature. I think 55 should be solid to get the 5-star. All right, so let's put up some points in the basic arena. What does Professor X even do? He does a fair bit. He's got some kind of neat power control. When you get enough charges, he can shut down evaders. He's immune to reverse controls. Yeah, he's a little bit involved to play, but if you get proficient with him, yeah, he could definitely come in handy. If you're going to spend money, it's best to wait for Cyber Weekend, Christmas, July 4th, yeah. And now spring cleaning. Yeah. Because what happens there is you get extra items tied to the unit purchases. So you'd normally spend like $100 for an Odin. So you'd still do the same thing. You'd get the 3,100 units, but you're going to also get all those extra items. So yeah, if you ever want to stock up on units, that is definitely the time to do it. I used to get random offers here and there, but I don't do that very often anymore. Now it's pretty much just those big offer times. And it seems like more and more that Cyber Weekend is becoming the best one of any of them, actually. Although spring cleaning this year was pretty good. Got some pretty good offers for that. The other thing that's useful too is if you've got masteries that you're trying to unlock and you need cores, they don't come out with offers for cores very often, but if they do, that would be another time to consider spending. And unfortunately, they don't usually match up where the deal for cores is at the same time as the gifting event, but the gifting event is another good time to be buying cores, because you'll be using your units to get the cores, but you'll also be scoring points within the gifting event. I wonder if there's going to be a gifting event this year. Yes, there will be. Ever since they've started that, there's. I don't think they did it the first 2 years, but ever since they started it, that's always been a thing. 2 years ago, there was a bunch of nonsense going on with it, with people cheating and fraudulent units and blah blah, all this kind of stuff. So it was problematic, and people were saying that there wouldn't be another gifting event, but we still had it. I mean, it's an opportunity for Gabam to make a ton of money. They'd be crazy not to have it, because they would be missing out. Because that is the time when people will buy. So, also what people will do, they'll take, and this might be why Cyber Weekend, a lot more people take advantage of those offers than other time, like than July 4th or something. So what will happen is, for Cyber Weekend, because it's close to the gifting event time, people will get the units to hold on to for during the gifting event. So when it's spring cleaning exact date, it changes. But it's yeah. I think usually in April. Well, I should say usually, because we only had it twice. But I think this year was a little bit later than it was last year. But if you want to see an exact date, best bet is just look up on YouTube MCOC spring cleaning, and then you'll see the videos of people doing their openings or discussing the offers. Sandy, how you doing? What is shakalacking? So if I get, I'm done what I wanted in the feature. So if I get 7.5, 8 million in the basic, I don't need to worry about doing any arenas tomorrow morning, which will be nice. Although I might get on and just do some for the 6-star shards, because I have a lot of points to put up for that. But any big amount of arena, though, I definitely don't want to do without suicides active. You got Emma as a 5-star? Nice. She's not somebody that's really utilized a lot, but she's not too bad. She's not too bad at all. And then in her in her non-diamond form, she can shut down evaders, which is kind of cool. And if you pair her with Mysterio, she becomes immune to reverse controls. Not that that's something that's required a ton, but if ever you needed somebody that was immune to that, she would be an option. I may do exactly just that, buy unit offers and then save the units for gifting. Yeah, because then you have the units on hand, and then you get whatever items that were extra in the unit offers, and yeah. And then do some gifting and get some points there and get extra stuff. And Old Man Logan is a 6-star. Okay. Oh, I think somebody's doing some street racing. That's crazy how loud that is, considering how far off that is. Gee, birds. Crazy. I wonder what is the next hero for next month. Yeah, Nimrod and Kitty Pryde, which we should be seeing Monday or Tuesday. We should see in the game files. Greater gifting crystals are so juicy too. Yeah, those we've got some pretty nice items in there. I'd assume this year too that we should see T3A and T6B in there as well, fragments. OML is immune to ability reduction. He is underrated champ at least. Yeah, he's not terrible. But part of the thing is he's in the mutant class where you've got some really powerful champions in there. So any mutant that isn't like crazy good, people would consider them bad, right? Whereas if you took him, had him in the tech class, for example, he would seem a lot better. He'd probably be within the top, maybe not top 5, but he would be one of the top ones for tech. And then always healing too, which is pretty nice. Regen is kind of poor. Yeah, but it's always active pretty much, right? And there's a couple synergies you can use to enhance his regen. I don't remember offhand who it's with. Might be. No, it's not. Take a look. Because one of them, as long as you're hitting the opponent, he's regenning more. Well, I think maybe it's with Sabretooth? Wonder who the next calendar champ is. We're going to find out in a couple days. In a couple days. Actually, yeah, his healing, the enhanced healing, the synergy isn't on him, I don't think. I think it's on the other character. Let's see. Let us see here. Nope. Okay, so it's Mysterio is one of them. When regenerating from the use of... Oh, no, hold on. The first time... No? Okay, yeah, I don't remember who it's on, though. Maybe it is Sabretooth. Let's see. Yeah, it's with Sabretooth. Plus 120% regeneration rate when hitting opponents. What is the purpose of Weapon X? It was a trophy champion who's relatively useful for people to go for in Legends runs. You want a CGR? Yeah, CGR is pretty fun. Yeah, his healing definitely isn't as good as the other Wolverine, as X-23 or OG Wolverine, but his is pretty consistent, whereas theirs depends on a little bit of RNG. Let's go. Come on. There we go. Oh, there we go. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, CGR was a pretty big deal when he first came out. He's still popular, but I mean, there's been other champions since that are, pretty high end. See you later. I will grind on arenas. All right, dude. Good luck with it. If you're trying to get a champion, good luck. If you're just going for units, well, Hopefully you get as many as you possibly can. They need to ask help to all champion instead of keep on smashing out. No, they just need to get rid of the help system altogether. It's kind of ridiculous to have that. And it's kind of funny that like they'll do things where they automatically open crystals and say that we shouldn't be saving a bunch of stuff because it's bad for the servers and blah blah blah. But having something like this help system is not good either. Like just all they need to do is get rid of it and decrease the cooldown time overall. Need 1.4 million to finish the 6-star? Okay. The featured or the basic? I don't think I'm going to be able to put up another million. At least not with Suicide's not active. Yeah, I find try to do arena without just brutal. Oh, for the 1 and 2-star ones. Okay. Oh, nice. You've been going hard. I'll be doing some of that tomorrow. And I'm going to do the Sunday arenas as well. Just because there's a few more battle chips there. And, well, we're getting an increase in the amount of battle chips we get, so run as much arena as I possibly can. Confusing who to rank up? Yeah, it can be. So sometimes like that could sometimes be where like a tier list or whatever is good. Like if you've got several options, but you're not sure who's going to be the most useful or something. A tier list could help with that. But I find one of the best ways to look at rank ups is what do you have that you're trying to get done, and what champions will best help you get that stuff done. For example, if you let's say for example you wanted to do variants, right? Venom is really good for a lot of the variants. Let's say you're not too concerned about working on Act 6 or Act 7. So somebody like Ghost, who'd be great for that, she'd also be good for some of the variants. But let's say you have those two as options to rank up, but you want to be working on the variants currently. Well, Venom would probably be the better bet of the two. Not that he's necessarily the better champion, but because that's what you want to focus on as far as content to do in the game, it would make sense to rank him up. Now, on the opposite side, same thing. You still got the two of them, but you want to be doing Act 6, Act 7, 1, 7, 2, then you'd probably want to be ranking up Ghost rather than Venom. I only have 3 heroes and 7 villains. You finished all Yeah, that's just an example though. That's just an example of where like you might have two characters. One overall might be a better character, but because of the stuff you want to do, the not as good character would probably be the better option for a rank up. Yeah. Yes, indeed. So this is one of the things when I'm not running suicides, because I'm not doing as much damage, so the fights last longer, and I never know if I should be using my specials, because I'm not sure if my special will get the opponent dead before they get to their L3. I-Bomb is worst in AQ. Either all are poison immune or bots. Yeah, it would depend what map and then what lane you're taking. Because he would be good, like, for map 7, he'd be good for the Red Mags mini, where you need to inflict a damage over time in order to gain power for yourself. So he'll do that. And then he's pretty tanky. But yeah, any character that relies on bleed or poison, they're not going to do too well against robots. You had a fun night. Very good, Mr. Showers. Very good. So you completed week 10 Summer Paint? Yes. I finished that about two and a half hours ago. It was funny too, because last week I had Suicides off and I was trying to use Apocalypse against Mysterio, and I just was not getting anywhere at all. And I had a couple of really good runs. I revived a few times, but he went down a lot quicker. Like I couldn't even get him under 80% last weekend, and this time there was like 2 runs where I got 30% off, and then a couple other like revived a couple times and died right away. But yeah, it worked out a lot better than I was expecting. Went to a concert and then a bar afterwards. Very nice, very good. But now that this Summer of Pain is done, I don't think that we're going to see anything like this, like the Gauntlet or whatever, prior to 7.3. But if we do, I don't think I'm going to be trying to get it done, unless I've got a ton of items. But yeah, I'm not going to use any units to get any extra content done, I guess. Like, I was thinking to do some of the LOL Karina challenges, but yeah, I'm going to be holding off. I don't know if I'll do any of those this year. Oh, okay then. Okay then. Right as the shocks wore off. I never fought Grandmaster, so I'm not doing it. Maybe it's kind of hard. The first couple times are a bit difficult. Just because it's a very different fight than anything else in the game. But once you get used to it, it's not too bad. So it's different because every other fight in the game, you basically, you parry, you hit. That's kind of about it, right? Or intercept or whatever. But yeah, pretty much everything else in the game is parry, hit, 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 parry, hit, hit, hit. Use a couple specials here and there. But with the Grandmaster, you basically just respond to what he tells you to do. So you've got to be aware of that. You've got to watch. And as it progresses, like there's different objectives that you need to complete. And then you've got to watch, for the third phase anyways, for reverse controls on yourself. So yeah, it's a fair bit to keep track of. So the first couple times you fight him, it's definitely difficult. It's difficult in general, but as you get used to it, it's you know what to expect. How many Korean challenges do you have left? Just the 3 Labyrinth ones. I think the Canada one is supposed to be like the easiest of the 3. But yeah, basically it's going to come down to how many resources I have at the time. If I've got like a huge amount of resources, I probably do the Star-Lord one first, which is supposed to be, I don't know if it's necessarily the hardest, but it's probably going to be the longest because it's just one character for the whole thing. And then the Canada one I think isn't so bad because Sabretooth is going to be your main attacker, but he can do a crazy amount of damage. So Arena challenges are indefinite or a timer? They're indefinite. So the only thing with them that was on a timer, you had a month to get them all done, and if you got them done within that time frame, you got a specific profile picture. But outside of the profile picture, they can be done at any time, and you can claim the rewards when you get them all done. Or as you get them done, you can claim the rewards. There's only been 3 things that have been like big challenges that have been temporary. One was the maze, which was a few years ago. And the next was the gauntlet, which we had at the beginning of the summer. And then now the Summer of Pain. Everything else has been either your monthly event quest or has been permanent content. You doing Summoner Showdown? No, I am not. I did the King Group one. I did the bronze and the silver, but no, I'm not trying to compete in the tournament for that. One, I wouldn't make it, and 2, oh damn, I wouldn't agree to their terms for like if you're to advance. So, but I guess the main thing is I wouldn't make it anyway. So there's no point. Okay. Let's see, where are we? Okay, so we just need about a little bit more than 500,000. We should be good. Let me just make sure. I'm pretty sure that 7.5 is usually sufficient. And considering it's Silver Warrior, I don't think people are really going to go too hard. So, yeah, 7.5 should be good. And Super Skrull was 6.7. So I'm actually probably fine where I am. Kingpin was 7. If Apocalypse is that boss war and you have to do with bot champs, which would you take and why? With robots? Probably Gilly 2099. And the reason why, so at least for me, for Apocalypse, the biggest issue is his L1. I cannot evade his L1. But with Gilly, you can be using your L1 to continually power drain him. So you could, you have a good opportunity to keep him below a bar of power. If you have to just block through his L1, you've got your armor up, which is going to reduce the amount of damage he'll do. And then as you get lower, you've got the opportunity to heal up when you hit, I think, 15%. So yeah, she would be a good option. Another good option would be Warlock. Somewhat kind of the same with the power control, and then with the armor up as well. I can evade his L1 but not L2. See, I'm the opposite. The L2 is no problem. The L1, nope. I cannot evade it to save my life. Literally. Well, my character's life. But yeah, the L2 I do not find bad at all. The L1, though, it's kind of annoying because I think there's visual triggers, and every now and then I'll be trying it a bunch of times, and I'll think I've got it down, and then I'll go to evade it another time, and nope. And the other one, too, I used to be able to evade Korg's L1 reliably, and I can't evade that at all anymore. And I don't know if that's because of control issues, or timing's been changed, or I'm just bad. I have no idea, but yeah, I cannot evade Korg's L1 at all. That beam ball is like gaps. I'm finding it difficult. So for the L2, for Apocalypse, you want to be not super close to him, but relatively close when he starts, when the first ball is coming out. And then you back up, like you dex each one. But if you're further back, I don't know if it's just spacing or what it is, but if you're further back by the time the last ball comes out, your recovery from dexing just isn't quick enough. So if you're closer, it will allow you to actually dex the last one. But that L2, oh jeez, that does so much damage. There's just so many hits to it too. The first time I saw it, I just started laughing. Because like that big character doing that drop kick, I'm like, what is this nonsense? L1, either a dex beam and block and dex. Okay. Oh, are any of you close to or around Louisiana? It looks like there's a hurricane that's going to be spending a fair bit of Sunday there. Sunday into Monday. And it's, I mean, once it's made landfall and it starts moving over land, it's going to lose strength. But man, it's looking like a pretty big area currently that's going to hit. And this is like right on the anniversary of Hurricane Katrina too, which is, I mean, I guess that's why there's hurricane season, but still. Let's do that just to mix it up. I'm interested to see, and I'm going to be a bit annoyed too when we see the compensation Monday or Tuesday. But yeah, I think that there's going to be a lot of people kind of pissed off that, you know, they went and used a bunch of resources to get through week 10. And then you're going to see, I don't think there's going to be a ton of resources in the compensation, but there's going to be some. And it's going to be shitty because you could have put those to use for week 10. Oh, this would have been over if I was running suicides. When will they give good offers? Like April 1st, I think those were good. So July 4th and Cyber Weekend. That used to be the only 2 times in the year where they had really good offers, and now it's looking like the spring cleaning are pretty good too. Christmas, not really that good. I mean, it's offers, so it's something, but they're not usually the ones people are really looking forward to. But Christmas, though, we usually get a gift, so. And for the last little while, although last year, I think last year was a rank up gem. Well, depending on progression title. It was either a rank up gem or an awakening gem. Besides the awful block proficiency, Obsidian has some real good damage. Yeah, he does. Yeah. And if you pair him with Guardian, because Guardian has a global synergy with any champion he's on the team with, where he'll increase their block synergy or block proficiency. So that would be an option for Call Obsidian if you have Guardian. I mean, it's not going to resolve the issue, but it's going to help. So we'll actually be able to take a hit or two. And I don't know how somebody with this massive shield that they're running around with can't block a freaking hit. Uh-oh. Ooh, got lucky there. We got lucky. Mm. So in your opinion, if you could pick justifiable compensation, what would it be for Cav or Thronebreaker? What I would like to see for myself from a Thronebreaker perspective, yeah, because I wouldn't really have any idea for Cav so much. I'd like to see a fair bit of revives and health pots and energy refills. I don't think we're going to see energy refills though. I think shards would be a good idea for anybody that skipped out on event quest. But for myself though, to be fair, I mean, it's not the case. But if it was a choice between getting compensation or having the game work properly, I would prefer to have the game work properly. But like I said, I know that's not, it's not a one or the other kind of thing. But 100% honest, I really don't care. If they were to come out and say we're not giving you anything, I'd be like, okay, that's fine. Yeah, I think though, whatever it is that they send out should give us an idea of what they think of the community. Because if they send out 10 revives, 10 health pots, a 6-star, 5-star, some T5CC, I don't really think that's appropriate. Because it's been 2 months and we're going further, right? There's no solution. But we've been putting up with these issues for 2 months. We're still in the game. We're still spending our time, so on and so forth. I think they need to do something. Honestly, I think they should be giving about 2,500 to 5,000 units to everybody, along with whatever else. Because that would show to me that they truly value our time and what we spent. I know they're not going to give units. I understand that completely. But I think to really show that they value their customer base, that's what they should be doing. And I'm not saying that because I mean, any amount of units is always nice if you can get units for sure. But I'm not saying that because 2,500 units is going to make a big difference for me. I just think that it really shows that they value their community. I think unfortunately what's going to happen is they're going to give like either a bunch of shards or maybe a nexus or something like that. And yeah, we all like opening crystals for sure, myself included. But I think we're going to see something like that, and people, they're going to get good champions from it or whatever. And yeah, so they're going to be happy about that and kind of forget, well, they kind of, in a sense, dicked you over. So agreed, but like some 6-star shards and T5CC would be justified too. Yes. So I think things like that, simply because people didn't do event quests or didn't do stuff, but more so the event quest, because that's on a timer, whereas story content, you can do that whenever. But I think they should. The thing is, it's kind of difficult, right? Like, so overall for July, like I really didn't have many issues. The first day of the patch, I noticed for a couple arena fights I could not parry at all, and sometimes that's me, but I know in 2 matches in particular it was not. And I think for some of Summer of Pain for week 10, I think there was a few times where it was control issues that were screwing me up. But there are other people who, yeah, like all of July, all of August, they basically couldn't play the game. And I don't know how there's no way for them to really measure that. So that's kind of difficult. Yeah, so I mean, you know, if they were to give out one 25% T5CC Nexus would be a good idea, or selector. But yeah, it would definitely be difficult to, which is partly why it would take them a fair bit of time. But I can almost guarantee that, like, we should be seeing it Monday or Tuesday, and I can almost guarantee that as of right now, they know what they're giving out, and it annoys me that they just haven't distributed it. Do you know to Dex Mags L2? For the most part, if I ever Dex it, I have to be close to him. If I'm further away, I find it difficult. Although, yeah, usually I just try to avoid it altogether. I'll try to bait out his L1. But yeah, for red mags, I'll try to be close to him for his L2, or white mags for his L1. 25% selector or 225 Nexus T5CC. Yeah, they're definitely not going to give beyond what we've lost out on. And so people could have lost out on two 10% Nexus. So probably what they would end up doing is giving a bunch of 2%. I think maybe 10 2%. But yeah, we should find out by Wednesday. And I mean, it is paused because I'm saying Wednesday because they said by the end of this month it should be distributed. It is absolutely possible that they could say, you know, we need more time to resolve this, but yeah. Regardless what is distributed, though, there will be people not satisfied. If they say that, the community will be very, very upset. If they say that they're going to postpone the compensation, I don't know. Because, I mean, if they say, hey, you know what, the problems have been persisting, we want to ensure that we're encompassing as much as we can, so, you know, bear with us, we're delaying it by another 2 weeks or a month. Yeah, some people would, but then other people would be like, yeah, okay, that's okay. You know, we want to make sure that you know, take as much into consideration as possible, blah, blah, blah. So. I think it's a little bit funny, though, that they no longer want to provide compensation for AQ, even though nothing's been fixed, but now they're providing compensation for war. Well, why are you doing one and not the other? If they delay it, then we better get T5CC. Yeah, no, I'd much prefer a properly working game than anything else, really. But yeah, somebody who's missed out on stuff, I absolutely get why, you know, they want to be have the opportunity to get those items that they missed out on. Like, I've been hesitant to do some content that gets me T5CC because I'm scared my units will be shredded because of the... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, right? So people skipped out on all of the stuff or all of the monthly EQ for July because, yeah, they don't know if they're going to go into something and have it crash on them, or they can't dex, or they can't parry, or whatever it is. So And actually, so like for me, initially I wasn't gonna do week 10 for Summer of Pain because I think it was partly me and partly controls, but also I hadn't done the Grandmaster for quite a while, so I wasn't used to the timing on his L1, I suppose. Um, but the first time I tried it, I just could not dex his L the first hit of his L1 for anything, and I got to him and I ended up backing out just because I couldn't do anything. Um, and it was kind of shitty because you know I mean, I got through it and I used units and I was absolutely willing to use units, but there's no way I was going to use the units when, at the time, I thought, like there was something wrong. Which made, well, I mean, at day one, there was something wrong. Not with the L1, but there was something wrong with the encounter, so. Which I don't know how you do that. I honestly don't know how you hype something up so much. It's supposed to be something really difficult, this big challenge, and then you release it and it's not working properly. Like that, I don't know. That's why I want T5CC so bad. Yeah. Yep. Oh dear. The whole time I was fighting the Grandmaster, I was so worried this was going to happen. Where the game is just going to... Although this usually only happens at the end of a fight, but yeah, I was kind of worried this would happen at the... Like, I would beat the Grandmaster, use my L3, and the game would do this, and I'd either have to just sit there or relog, but I was worried if I relogged, it wouldn't have recorded the completion of the fight. Alright, this is Make Up Its Mind. I'll be right back. Oh, look at that. Disconnect. So surprising. Okay. So I think I'm almost where I want it to be for the basic. Oh, yeah, I am. Okay. And we'll probably lose... Oh, no, I thought that was going to come back with... We lost that second match. But we're good. Good in the hood. Ah. Okay. I started on that a little bit too early. Should have waited until the debuff was actually on me. And then got the 10th hit. So we'll do it this time. So we'll be able to remove one. There we go. And will this be enough? And there's the second one. Good. And we'll pull it off. 4 hits, and we'll have that debuff off. Okay. And down he goes. I just hope Kabam respects their community and gives something reasonable for compensation, especially after seeing the reaction for Summer Bacon. I don't know what they were thinking with that, dude. Seriously. 2 things. 1, the amount of items was ridiculous. And 2, they gave it to everybody. Like, I don't know what they were thinking there. But I think some people's expectations are a little bit too are unrealistic for the overall compensation. Like people are saying, like a 6-star Nexus and blah blah and all this. Like, no, that's the reason for they're saying that though is because I think last time we had something similar, they gave out a 5-star Nexus. We could absolutely see it. I just don't think that should be the expectation. But I think they really should give more than what was lost, to be honest, because somebody could have had the issues could have started in July, and somebody could simply be, okay, you know what, I'll give this a month or whatever, I'll come back in August or September and see how things are going. But people have just stuck with it the whole time and suffered through it. So yeah, but I spent too much time on my streams talking about this kind of stuff. I need to stop doing that. Also, we may get something amazing, but expect the worst, be happy with the best. Yeah. I'm very interested to see what they're going to dish out and what the reaction is going to be. But anyways, that is it for me. I got done what I needed to get done. I don't know if I'm going to be back in the morning because I'm totally done what I need for the arenas. But I will be back tomorrow afternoon, and we're going to be opening a bunch of these gold crystals. Well, not a bunch, all of these gold crystals. I think I'm going to do probably like these uncollected shard crystals, the uncollected gold. I'm going to do these legend crystals. Let's see. Probably do all the 3-star, the legendary, the ultimate. These ones, I don't think I'm going to open because I'm going to hold on to them if I ever need skill or cosmic ISO. What else? But yeah, there's going to be, we're going to open the gold pool crystals, greater golden crystals, and then we're going to come over to, we're going to open up 2 million PHC crystals. So yeah, we're going to be opening crystals for a while. The 6 stars I'm saving until the featured 6-star reset. And I'll also be doing the creeper crawler, 2 of those. Oh, we still got 6 days. But yeah, I'll open 2 of those. Yeah, so we'll be opening a fair bit of stuff. Good night, man. Thanks for the talk. Enjoy the streams. Glad I found your channel. Well, I'm glad that you come and hang out. All right. Yeah, that is it for me. I'll catch you guys later. Take care.